Okay, let's just state the obvious. AI has created this massive productivity boom in software development. I mean, teams are building faster than they ever have before, and that speed? It's a huge competitive advantage. But there's a catch. This incredible new velocity comes with a hidden cost, a security crisis that's quietly building inside the very code that's supposed to be driving your business forward. So today, we're going to unpack this whole challenge. We'll kick things off by getting a handle on this new world of vibe coding. Then, we'll face the music and look at the security price we're paying. We'll dig into the specific new risks AI brings to the table, and then we'll get to the solutions. First, how your own people can be your first line of defense, and second, how automation can give you that ultimate safety net. We'll wrap it all up with a really simple but powerful idea, the new security sandwich.
All right, let's dive right in. To really get a grip on the risk, you first have to understand the revolution that's happening and how software actually gets made. And it all comes down to this thing called vibe coding.
So what is vibe coding? At its heart, it's about turning ideas into real, working applications just by describing what you want. Think about it. Your marketing team, your finance department, pretty much anyone can now build tools just by telling an AI what they want it to do. It's totally democratizing development at an incredible pace. But, as we're about to see, all this new power comes with some serious new responsibilities.
And that right there brings us to the core of this whole conversation. This amazing new speed has created what a lot of experts are calling a security gap. We're moving so fast that we're basically leaving security in the dust, and the cost of that is piling up silently in the background.
Now, what's really fascinating, and maybe a little alarming, is the sheer scale of the problem. Research is showing that nearly half of all the code these AIs spit out contains security flaws that hackers can actually exploit. So this isn't some small fringe issue. It's a systemic problem baked into the process.
And to put that in perspective, it's not just that AIs make mistakes like humans do. No, they make them way more often. This chart shows what's called vulnerability density. You can just think of it as the number of security flaws in a given chunk of code. Well, AI-generated code has almost 3 times more flaws than code written by a human developer. We've traded a serious measure of human-led safety for machine-led speed.
Okay, let's peel back the onion a bit, because we're not just talking about the kind of security threats you're probably used to hearing about. The risks that come from AI, well, they're more subtle, they're more complex, and in a lot of ways, they're actually more dangerous than just traditional hacking.
You know, one of the biggest new risks is this thing called silent failure. This is where the code doesn't crash. It seems to run perfectly, but the answers it gives you are just wrong. Dead wrong. Imagine an AI-built tool that calculates your financial models or checks for safety compliance. It looks like it's working fine, but its core logic is completely broken. It's basically a ticking time bomb sitting inside your business operations.
And just look at these numbers from a study on safety-critical code. For some of the latest models, over half of the functional working code they produced had these silent failures. Let that sink in. That means more than 1 out of every tools built for a really important task might be making dangerously wrong calculations. That is a massive business risk, hiding in plain sight.
And then there's this totally new kind of attack called slop squatting. So sometimes the AI will confidently suggest using a piece of software, a package, that doesn't even exist. It just makes up a name. It hallucinates it. Well, hackers are watching for these hallucinations, and as soon as one pops up, they quickly create a piece of malicious software with that exact name and just wait for your developer to download and install it. This is the perfect way to think about it. It's a supply chain attack for the age of AI. Your AI assistant, a tool you trust, gets tricked into recommending a Trojan horse, and your team, trusting the AI, basically invites the threat right through the front door. Okay, so the risks are definitely real. But the good news? They are absolutely manageable. And the solutions don't start with buying expensive new software. They start with your people. The very first line of defense is a smarter, more security-aware human working with the AI. One of the most effective techniques is a super simple 3-step pattern. First, you have the AI generate the code. But, and this is the key, you don't stop there. Next, you prompt it to act like a security expert and criticize its own work. Find all the flaws. And then, for step 3, you tell it to refine the code based on that very criticism. It's like forcing the AI to double-check its own homework. This simple process can cut down on insecure code by nearly 50%.
Another really powerful strategy is just setting clear boundaries. It's just like managing a person. You get much better results when you tell the AI not just what to do, but also what not to do. By creating these negative constraints, these explicit rules like never ever store passwords in plain text, you create what's called a bounded vibe, which guides the AI away from its most common and dangerous mistakes.
So getting your people to write better prompts is a fantastic start. But for real security, at enterprise scale, you need an automated safety net. This is where we go from just managing the process to actually mandating a secure outcome.
So here's the absolute bottom line. We have to shift our thinking from trust the AI to trust but verify. And that verification step, it can't be optional. It can't be manual. It has to be an independent, automated, mandatory gate that every single piece of AI-generated code has to pass through before it goes live.
And a whole new ecosystem of technology is popping up to be this gatekeeper. Now, you don't need to get bogged down in the technical details of tools like Deal or Agent Verify. The key takeaway for a leader is that there are mature solutions out there that act as a final automated vibe check. These tools work on clear, predictable rules. There's no guesswork, making sure that no matter what the AI creates, only safe code actually makes it into your systems.
So how do we pull all of this together into a simple, memorable strategy? Well, we call it the new security sandwich. It's a 3-layer framework that lets you harness the power of AI, but safely.
It all starts with the foundation. Layer 1. Clear, security-conscious human intent. This is your team, using those smart prompting techniques, those negative constraints, and really clear instructions to guide the AI right from the get-go.
That clear human intent is then executed by our second layer.
And that's machine execution. This is the AI doing what it does best, generating tons of code at incredible speed. But that execution, it isn't the final step.
Because that code must then be formally checked by our final and most important layer.
And that is layer 3, formal verification. This is your automated safety net. It's that predictable, rule-based gate that certifies the code is secure and compliant before it can ever impact your business. It follows strict rules, zero guesswork involved. So there you have it, the entire secure workflow, human intent, guiding machine execution, which is all protected by formal verification.
So we'll leave you with this thought. We are entering a brand new economy, an economy where the ability to generate code is becoming a commodity. It's fast, it's cheap. The real, lasting competitive advantage is going to come from the ability to verify that code is safe, that it's correct, and that it's trustworthy. So the question you have to ask is your organization building its advantage on speed alone? Are you truly prepared for the era of verification?